What happened in the Metro Vancouver real estate market in December 2022? In this update, we're going to go over condos, townhouses, and detached homes. We're going to compare December to November to see how things shifted from month to month. And then we're going to compare December 2022 to December 2021 so we can see how things shifted throughout the year. And finally, we're going to summarize everything that we talked about and then try to give some predictions to what is going to happen in the real estate market in 2023. So let's take a look. So just before we get into it, I have broken this all down into chapters so you can jump to whichever market you are concerned about. So whether or not it's the condo market or the townhouse market or the detached home market, or maybe you just want to watch the summary at the end, you can do that there. And if you could do me a huge favor, like and subscribe to this video. It really helps me bring information to people just like you. And it also helps out my ego a little bit. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. We are going to start off in the condo markets. So in December of 2022, the condo market saw 3,239 active listings, 702 sales. The benchmark price for condos in December of 2022 was $713,700. And the average days on market was 26. So let's quickly do the sales to active listing ratio math so we can find out what type of market we were sitting in December of 2022 for condos. So if we take the sales of 702 and we divide that by the active listings of 3,239, we get 21.67%, which is a seller's market. Remember, anything over 20% is considered a seller's market. Now let's compare those numbers to November of 2022 so we can see how things shifted throughout the month. But keep in mind, in the winter, typically here in Metro Vancouver, things just start to slow down. So if you see these numbers dipping, don't worry too much. This is normal for the season. So in November, condos saw 4,080 active listings, which is 841 more than we saw in December. November had 145 more sales than we saw in December. And the benchmark price dipped by $6,800. The average days on market only changed by 2, so that's not a big deal. So let's take December of 2022 and compare that to December of 2021. And keep in mind that December of 2021 was a bit of a wild time. So this December, we actually had 832 more active listings, but the sales are a different story. December 2021 saw more than double the sales that we saw in December of 2022. And unfortunately, the benchmark price for condos from 2021 to 2022 has fallen almost $50,000. And the average days on market only really changed by 3. So that's what condos look like in December of 2022. So let's take a look at townhouses. So last month, townhouses saw 1,137 active listings, 222 sales, a benchmark price of $1,012,700, and on average, townhouses lasted 37 days on the market before they were scooped up. So let's do the sales to active listing ratio math so we can see what kind of market the townhouses were in December of 2022. So if we take the sales of 222 and we divide that by the active listings of 1,137, we get 19.53%. which is a balanced market. It just slipped out of that seller's market. Remember, a seller's market is 20% or above. All right, now let's compare the townhouse market in December to the townhouse market in November so we can see how things were shifting. As we can see, there were 290 more active listings in November compared to December, but that's pretty typical for this time of year. Typically, as the weather gets worse, so does the market. The difference in sales wasn't that dramatic. There were 59 more sales in November than there were in December in the townhouse market. Unfortunately, though, the benchmark price did dip by $15,200 from November to December. And finally, the average days on market went up by 11. Okay, so let's take the townhouse market in December 2022 and compare that to December 2021 and see how things changed throughout the year. So this December, we actually had 568 more active listings than we saw in December of 2021. But as you can see, the sales were almost double in December of 2021 at 430 sales. Just like last month's market update, the townhouses are staying strong in the benchmark price. December 2022's benchmark price was $7,800 higher than it was the year before, so it still is holding on. And the average days on market went up by 13. So that was what we saw for townhouses. Let's quickly move on to detached homes and then we'll summarize everything. All right, so this December, there were 3,008 active listings in the detached home market, 371 sales, a benchmark price of $1,823,300, and the average days that a detached home lasted on the market was 49 days. So let's do the math on the sales to active listing ratio so we can see how the detached home market is doing. So if we take 371 sales and we divide that by 3,008 active listings, we get 12.33%. which is a balanced market, but just barely. Remember, anything under 12% is considered a buyer's market. All right, let's compare the detached home market in December to the detached home market in November so we can see how everything was slowly shifting. All right, so there were 674 less active listings in December, but that's pretty typical for this time of year. There were 115 less sales, and the benchmark price dropped by $33,500. And the average days on market only changed by 9. Now let's compare December of 2022 to December of 2021 so we can see how things change from year to year. So this December we had 748 more active listings, but we saw 423 less sales compared to December of 2021. Unfortunately, in Metro Vancouver, the detached home benchmark price dropped by $86,900 from year to year, and the average days on market went up by 11. All right, so there are the numbers for December of 2022 and the comparison. So as we can see, a lot of things are slipping. Now, from month to month, that's not very crazy. Typically this time of year, things really slow down in December as the weather gets worse. And as the weather slowly starts getting better, people start coming out for buying and selling. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen in January of 2023 or 2023 in general. There are a lot of factors playing into the real estate market this year that are less than typical. We've got interest rates that are at a 20-year high and signs that they may still be going up. We've got everyone and their dog making a YouTube video about the housing bubble crash. And I'm not here to say that that's not a possibility, but we've heard this same rhetoric a lot before. Now, I do think there's going to be a correction. 2020 and 2021 were insane. And when a market spikes up like that, it typically corrects itself. So I encourage, instead of saying a crash, let's call it a correction. There is also some major world events going on, and that plays into the economies. It's keeping the inflation rate through the ceiling. So there's a lot of factors playing into 2023. But is this all doom and gloom? Well, I argue no, it's not necessarily all doom and gloom. Now, if you're looking to sell, it's not going to be that easy market that Vancouver is known for. You're not going to be able to throw it up and someone's going to throw a no subjects offer at it. That's just not going to happen this year. So there's going to be a lot of steps that you need to take to make your listing stand out. Now, when it comes to buying, this is actually a relatively good time. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, you're a realtor. Yes, you're going to say it's a good time. But if you are financially prepared to buy, if you've done the math on the monthly payments with this interest rate, and you can afford to make those payments, well, this is potentially a really good year for you to buy. There is a lot less competition, and there's a lot more room for negotiation. But I always want to know what your thoughts and questions are on this. So please leave a comment below, leave a question below, or you can reach out to me. There's a link in my bio. You can find me at tylerburrows.com. I want to know what you think is going to happen in 2023. Is this the end of the housing bubble? Is it going to burst? Have we seen it burst? Are we recovering now? What is this year going to look like? Now, just before you go, please hit that like button and subscribe. That way I can get you more updates, and I will be doing some more educational content so you know how to tackle rough markets like 2023 or how to prepare yourself for 2024 when apparently the market is going to start recovering. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. Again, my name's Tyler Burrows. I'm a realtor and real estate advisor here in the Lower Mainland. Always feel free to reach out to me. One more time, there's a link in my bio. You can comment below, or you can find me at tylerburrows.com. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.